I'm your MSU neighborhood reporter, Colin Jankowski. Last week, 18-year-old MSU student Hope Duncan was arrested after police say she made an online threat towards the MSU community. But a recent ruling by the Michigan Court of Appeals struck down Michigan's anti-terrorism law. So I sat down with a legal expert to ask what it means for the case.
We didn't even have a law in Michigan making terrorism a crime at that point in time.
Cooley Law School professor Michael McDaniel knows the Michigan anti-terrorism law well because he helped write it back in 2002 with the Michigan Attorney General's office.
So we drafted 3 pieces of key legislation. One, of course, made terrorism a crime.
But the State Court of Appeals recently said the anti-terrorism law is unconstitutional. McDaniel says the decision creates problems for criminal cases across the state. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel echoed those concerns, saying in a statement, quote, "Striking down this crucial law hinders my office's ability and the ability of prosecutors in all 83 counties from doing their job to hold those who threaten our communities accountable, making Michigan less safe," end quote. Nessel also noted that her office currently has 8 pending cases under the anti-terrorism law. And I read through court documents and found it's that same anti-terrorism law that police say Duncan violated in the MSU threat case. She has pleaded not guilty. McDaniel says those cases, and others like them, can move forward while courts await a decision from the Michigan Supreme Court on the constitutionality issue. But it's likely defense teams will use the Court of Appeals ruling to fight the charges.
You're going to have criminal defense attorneys who are going to raise the same defense. Is this unconstitutional?
McDaniel says it also raises questions for law enforcement in the meantime.
So law enforcement is hampered. They're going to have to look at other crimes. Was there a crime committed during the use of the computer? Can't use that one because you have to have an underlying predicate crime as well, right? And right now we don't know if we have one or not. So we need the Supreme Court, the Michigan Supreme Court, that is, to rule on this as quickly as possible.
Now, one of the biggest questions coming out of this case is whether or not Duncan is allowed to be on campus during the legal process. I'll break that down in this story on our website, fox47news.com. At Michigan State, Colin Jankowski, Fox 47 News.